What's up, you guys? We are in Reno, Nevada for the 2024 Hot August night. So if you like all things classic cars and trucks, you're gonna wanna watch this video. All right, you guys, the whole point of this weekend is to see how many classic cars we can see, how many corn dogs I can eat, and see if we can't find any parts for the F750 crew cab as well as the 66 Ford, and essentially show you guys what Hot August nights looks like, because it is wild. Every single street you look down, there is classic cars, there's loud noises, there's blow by, there's blowback, there's wild things happening constantly, so you guys are gonna come along for the ride. When I say it's down every single street, I really mean it. If you look around here, every single street, every single road, back alley, parking lot has classic vehicles parked alongside them. Now, this is cool for us visiting Reno, but I'm sure if you're a local person, you absolutely hate Hot August nights because traffic is a complete mess. Their whole entire public transportation department is a complete mess right now. Side roads are closed off, main roads are closed off, parking garages are closed off. So if you're not a car and truck enthusiast, you probably hate everyone that's here right now. One of my favorite things about Hot Dogs Nights is there's always something for everyone. They have drags, they have cruises, obviously, every single night. They have vendors constantly. They have anything for any car or truck enthusiast. You have restored vehicles, you have people that drive them daily, you have vehicles that are project vehicles that are in the work, but all in all, it is pretty much all collectively as a group here in one place for all car and truck enthusiasts. So they have swap meets if you're looking for parts like we are. We're looking for random pieces to the F-750 crew cab because I don't want to go on eBay and spend an absorbent amount of money on a single part. So we're hoping we can find that here, but if we can't beat the heat, there are plenty of food and drink vendors all the way around, and so we're going to see what we can find today. One of the smallest and coolest vehicles at the show is probably this guy. I mean, obviously it's not restored, it's not perfect. It is an old-time Jeep, fleet van, probably an old milk truck or something like that. I don't know how accurate this is, so maybe it was a milk truck. The reason why I like this guy so much is it is just original. It's beat up, it's used, it's pure Americana. A lot of things here are restored, you know, chromed out, made to look perfect, especially for car shows. And this is just beat to hell, used, work, life in good old USA. And I'm a sucker for used vehicles, things that are work vehicles used every single day that show what average Americans did day in and day out. And this was definitely something that someone used for work to bring milk and other dairy goods to personal homes back in the day when the milkman would come bring you jars of milk and would maybe even bring you a kid.
Back corner. Oh, the car. This is the back corner.
Oh, is it?
Sweet.
In a show full of restored and pristine vehicles, it's always cool to see stuff outside of the box, like this Mad Max themed semi/car hauler. It also has the matching car back there. Now, this guy back here, I believe it was at SEMA a few years ago. It was a Mad Max theme. I want to say a couple years ago, but that was during, so I doubt it was there during there. But I do know it was a couple years before that. You're fine. Nothing better than a Mad Max supercharged 70s Charger to go along with your Mad Max themed car hauler / welding rig. All right, so I saw this truck parked in a parking lot on the way here today, and I've been wanting to go check it out. It's huge. They say my truck's compensating. This thing's compensating. Also rocking the 6.7 Power Stroke. This thing is bad freaking ass. It looks like, yep, so it's on the 6.7 Power Stroke chassis. So they did a body swap on it. This thing is so cool. Full interior. You have to check out the interior. Full 6.7 Power Stroke interior. Now what I want to figure out is how they got the dual coolant package inside the engine bay. So I assume they cut out the firewall and pushed this truck way inside. Because it looks like they're running the factory HVAC system and the factory dual coolant package. I want to ask this guy so many questions. He had to have upgraded his axles, because I don't know if you could run semi wheels and tires on just like a 250 axle. Guy's gonna have to build some inner fenders. Because without any inner fenders, you're prone to having just a bunch of dirt and crap just constantly up in your engine. This thing is absolutely wild. Not a whole lot room in the back seat, but I'm gonna go talk to the guy and see if I don't know if you can hear me. I'm gonna go talk to the guy and see if I can't get any more information out of him. here is a wild, wild build.
I didn't say that.
A classic race car hauler. This thing is bad to the bone, rocking the red, white, and blue paint scheme, and it is flawless. As you guys can see, there are fabricated stars along the bottom. Those do actually have lights in it. Clearly the lights aren't on right now, so who knows if they're operable, but they look like they are operable and would work, obviously, if the truck was on. One awesome thing is the side exhausts. You have all 4 of those coming out. I also really like how they incorporated the same color powder coat or paint on the exhaust outlets as the wheels and tires. We'll get a closer look on the wheels and tires here in a bit, but I can't get much closer. I can't show you guys anything else up close and personal, but I'll show you guys the best. One cool thing that I noticed is the cab lights on top of the roof. As you can tell, the mounts for them are also color matched to the wheels, as well as all the little accents. It's like a copper color. It's kind of hard to see. It just looks like brown, but it's definitely like a copper color. Also with the running boards and things like that. Show you guys the engine bay. Try to get in there as much as possible without invading the line. I know that color's coming off as like a Tiffany blue. It's just a white color. So very patriotic. If you look around it, there's tons of God Bless the USA, made in the United States, made in the USA. Also more stars in the front on this massive like lowrider, low boy semi bumper. You can see the headlights, or not really the headlights, but the secondary lights in there. But it's cool to see all the accent colors of your blinkers, the bezels around the headlights. Everywhere you look, they're incorporating that copper brown color all over the place. If you look on top where they conceal, it looks like a toolbox on top. It's where they hide the winch, but you have the stars with the underlayment that is red, and then over the top is white. And then they're incorporating that copper color in it again. So overall, this is so cool. I love the blue. It's a deep, deep, deep blue. Looks like the door handles are maybe black, so they're not really tying that color in anywhere, but everything is awesome. I wish I could get up close and personal and show you guys the interior of this thing, but well, I'll go to the other side and see if I can't give you guys another perspective. Here's the back side of the hauler. Now these two cars are together. They call that an Evel Knievel. There's a billboard over there. I'll go and show you guys of the car name, but the license plate is very fitting. The Evel hauler looks awesome. They also incorporate the tail lights inside those stars, which is nice and concealed. It's hidden, it's low profile, but obviously still operable. This thing is so cool. It'd been awesome to get a video of it coming into the building and kind of seeing it be unloaded. Like again, guys, I apologize I can't get any closer to this, but I wish you guys could see it in person. The blue on this is so deep and extremely vibrant that it's just glowing. So we'll go over there and check out the, I would assume the race car that goes on the back of this thing. Show you guys the placard that is out in front.
Next to the trailer. Oh, so it's open now. Is that convertible still there?
Gives you guys a short little build list, as well as kind of some of their numbers and what they're trying to achieve with it. Excuse me. What I like about the race car per se is it shares the same color combinations as the hauler but obviously, as you can see, it's white, so the blue color doesn't really overpower it. If you had a blue car on the back of a blue hauler, it might be a little bit too much. So they contrast that with a really nice, really beautiful white paint job, but they do incorporate that brown copper color throughout as well. So you see all of the little accent pieces, all of the bezels, the grille, the underside of the bumper, incorporate into the engine bay. You see your headers, you have your valve covers, all that stuff is incorporated with the blue copper color. Even small little things like the hood hinges are painted to match the trim accents. And then again, something that's very cool, the side pipes that are coming out for the exhaust are that same exact copper color. The wheels match the hauler, and then the inside it looks more than comfortable. Nice plush seats. You can see they incorporated the number 1 and everything. And then I know you can't see it on the camera, but I can see a lot of that brown copper also incorporated into that as well. The rear bumpers, the rear taillight bezels are also color matched to match the trim colors, and overall it's a really nice combination between the two. Here's a truck that might be my favorite here at Hot August Nights. It's a 1970 K10 four-wheel drive. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like it has been restored back to factory conditions. Doesn't look like any modifications have been done to the engine or anything like that. No axle swaps, nothing like that. I mean, even the hood springs, a lot of times people will swap that out. This is a custom all the way down to the door panels. Now, I don't know if the factory red or if the red interior is factory. I don't know if that was a color combination you could get in 1970. I wouldn't know that because I don't have the VIN number. I can't do a VIN check. So I don't know if that custom red is factory or if that was a custom touch to the truck. It appears to have the period correct wheel and tire sizes as well as the hubcaps. You can see now I don't know what came factory in terms of tire size or if it came with this aggressive or knobby of a tire, but it does look and appear to be the period correct tire on these. That's like the only unshiny part of the entire truck. So a lot of times with rubber, when you buy it new, it comes off as dusty or dirty. A lot of times that's just the filament that they put in the casting dies. So essentially they will have the cast, they'll put down a powder so that way the rubber or anything that they're forming doesn't stick to it when they go to remove it. But overall, this thing is awesome. It's got like the perfect ride height. I don't know if it has a lift kit, a leveling kit, but it just looks awesome overall. The black paint job is so nice and so shiny that the video doesn't actually do it justice. All the lights shining off of it. Look down the panels, straight as can be. One thing I think that is really awesome about the truck is if you can see inside the door panels, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from the video, I'll try to get closer. There is a decorative trim, like a embossed lettering and design in the actual door panel leather itself. I don't know if that was factory or if that was added during the restoration process. I do know some like custom trucks or the country editions, kind of like how the new Dodge Ram Laramies, they have a lot of country embossing in the upholstery. just as like a custom added touch to the Laramie packages and stuff like that. So I don't know if in 1970 if that was an upgrade option or if that came with every custom K10 that came off the assembly line. The tires make me believe that this is a brand new restoration that probably hasn't really been driven at all. There's no wear on the tires. It still has the knobs, the little added rubber knobs to it that eventually get worn down as you drive. Clearly they are all over the tires, so it makes me want to think that this came right off of a truck, parked into place, and hasn't been driven on the road yet. We have a 53 Chevy 3100, nicknamed the Gatsby, with the beloved LS swap. I believe that's an LS3 in there. The color combo is like a deep, like olive green almost. It looks a lot more lime-ish color in the video, but it's definitely like a deep olive green. It also has that copper accents like that guy over there did, which is kind of crazy. There's a lot of copper in a lot of these vehicles. There's a Camaro over there that has it. I dig it, especially with the green. I think copper is a great accent color. A lot more chrome, whereas a lot of these are color matched or paint matched, as well as like powder coat matched. This guy has a ton more chrome on it, which is pretty fitting for a 53. You can see the pinstriping right there under the hood, which is something I like, something that's not over the top gaudy, but is kind of like little Easter eggs when you look around the vehicle. Nice shaved door handles. Now, one thing that confused me is the bed looks a lot deeper than a traditional. They might have had to do that in order to slam the truck, but I'll show you guys what I'm referring to when we go over there. You see how slammed it is right now. I assume it's on airbags and an air suspension. You see the side pipes right there for the side exhaust, which is wild to think because that exhaust has to be extremely thin because this thing is right on the ground. Let me... Right on the ground. Now what's cool is instead of doing a traditional like wood plank bed, they did almost like a epoxy table. So I'll show you guys some of the details. The interior is like a dark chocolate brown, which looks really, really nice with the green and the copper. And then I will show you guys the bed when I move my way over there. Here's some of the description of it. Sorry, I'm getting in the way of some people's pictures. Anyways, yeah, the bed looks a lot deeper than an original 3100. I don't know if they had to modify that in order to slam it, but it definitely does look like it has a lot more height to it. I don't know if it's the combo between the side steps and the truck bed, but overall, between the color combo, the accents, the chrome, it's an awesome looking truck. Polar opposites to the K10 that I just showed you guys is this 1959 Apache with another LS swap. So unlike the K10 that was restored back to factory, this has been 100% customized. There's so much chrome on this thing, so much custom paint that it is glaringly bright, especially with the paint color that they chose. Now, if you look underneath, you see a lot of chrome, you see a lot of custom paint. Every single thing has been touched on this Apache. The frame has been painted, everything has been powder coated, or painted actually. See the spring packs, chromed, color matched. One thing that is pretty cool that's custom is they actually brought in the side bumpers. Usually these bumpers stick out here a little bit wider, so they actually cut it down the middle, welded it back into place, and tucked them on the fronts. The interior has a smooth dash, so that means they pretty much got rid of all the excess gauges that don't need to be there. They put it all into the center cluster and smooth the entire dash. Looks like the interior is a TMI interior. I can't really tell from here. It looks like it could be TMI, it could be custom. Now the paint color, I don't know. It looks like a candied red or a candied apple red. I don't know if that's 100% correct. On the screen, it's probably showing a little bit of a pink tone to it because of all the lights. It is a very dark color, more than just like a candied apple red. It looks almost more like a maroon color. It's got a little friend on the tire right there. Everything has absolutely been touched on this. When you look at it, you look at the steering, everything part of the steering has been either touched, smoothed out, painted, chromed, all of that. Every little piece of this. You can see the bolts for the spring pack mounts have been chromed. Every little bolt has been chromed, including the nuts, everything. The inner fenders have been rolled, so these are custom inner fenders. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but they have been rolled to give it a design throughout it. The design also adds an element of durability and stability. When you have a flat piece of thin sheet metal, it is not very sturdy. So when you add rolls to it, not only does it add a design to it, but it also adds some rigidity to it. We'll go check out the back side of this. Excuse me. It's got the iconic Apache fleet side bulge out the side that goes down it. Nice and straight, nice and smooth. Door panels match the interior. Kind of give you guys a closer look of the engine through the restoration process. They do have a booklet out here that you can go through. There you go, there's the color. Candied brandy wine paint. So like I said, it is a little bit darker than the apple. The frame has been painted a black cherry color. Okay, so I was wrong. It looked like it was just painted black. Actually, you can see it a little bit right here with the light shining on it. It does have some nice flake to it, and it is not black. It does have a tint of red to it. So. Give you guys a little quick trip down memory lane for these guys. This was restored by, it looks like Ekins Garage. I do not know if they are local or not. I do know they have a billboard over here. Excuse me.
Like there's still rust on that car.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Where at? So you get like real mini trees.
Yeah, we have to.
I don't love them.
Looks like they are from Utah, actually. So the bed does have your standard paneling, your wood panels. Not sure what kind of wood that is.
As soon as they see rust, I think that's the show.
My inner Will Ferrell says that's rich mahogany, but I'm not sure. One thing that differs from one of the trucks over there, that Gatsby truck, was that one over there had almost like a epoxy table with resin, with wood. This just has your standard paneling and inlets, as you can see, but overall done really nicely. Okay, we're adding to the corn dog tally for the weekend. I'm gonna gorge myself in corn dogs. We're still looking for Ford emblems for the front hood of the F-750. And then also I remembered that my 66 Ford doesn't have a hood emblem. So with your slick side, your Ford emblems, you have two different ones. You have a basic one, and then you have one for a V8. It has an 8 with the V. Mine's not a V8, it's a V6, so we're looking for that. Haven't found an F for the Ford F-750 yet, but we are hopeful. You come to a car show and buy the most basic, boring thing possible. With all this stuff here, I brought abrasive pads to sand down the truck. The issue is Bennett has like half of these already and has like lost half of them. I saw some Ford emblems, or they had the letters on the other one.
Yeah.
There's a vendor over there, but it's the smaller ones for the F-250s and 350s.
Oh.
And a lot of times they go in the grill. They don't actually go on the hood. So there is hope. There is hope.
There is hope.
Yeah. All right, got my son a Ford Raptor. Like I said, he's a Dodge guy. Kyle's a Dodge guy.
I'm not
Anyways,
even a Dodge guy. I'm a car guy.
he's a car guy. He's had a
The
Ford,
jokes are funny.
but he'll like this. Yeah, like I said, I'm not spending $5 for each truck.
Is it still working?
Yeah.
Is it working? Yeah. Have you seen with the video?
Dude, it's nice.
Is it?
Yeah. Can you guys hear Kyle well?
Hello. Hello.
This is the first time we're using these mics, so. But yeah, the cars and trucks that I've already bought for my son, they have them at Target for $5. I'm not gonna spend $5 for a single one.
You did spend $5 for one.
Yeah, I did.
Is this the Raptor R or just a Raptor? It's the supercharged one.
Yeah.
$17. Okay, so it's the 17 that didn't come out with the R until what, this last year?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, so out of this trip so far, I've been looking for hood badges, and all I found was a Hot Wheel and sanding discs. Not very successful trip so far. Gotta get those candids.
for a treat tonight. We're getting right here. They're blessing and gracing us here today. Members of Route 66, Rhonda Shen, Joe Bonanno, Cindy Sabatini are going to be singing our national anthem. So ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we are here for the last night at a Hot August Nights, another cruise night. Now there are thousands of people, thousands of cars cruising the streets downtown by the Nugget. So earlier this week we were down by Old Reno, down by Circus Circus, places like that. Now we're down here by the Nugget, right outside. It's a perfect night to be cruising. The last couple of nights have been breezy, a little chilly, a little windy, but tonight it is a calm sky, no wind, no breeze. You think that thing's gonna be fast?
Kickoff? Not
Yeah.
as fast as they think it is. Not as fast as the owner wants. I guarantee that. He's probably gonna get on the track, and there's gonna be some like the 12 valve Cummins little rat rod right there is gonna blow his doors off. See it right there? See that big old turbo sitting? That's a twin turbo to rat rod Cummins, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw that at the diesel drags in Woodburn. If it's the same.
When Chrysler's marketing department decided to call their Plymouth muscle car the Roadrunner, they licensed the character and the sound of the horn from Warner Brothers. So they got to put the little Roadrunner cartoon on the car. Now the first Roadrunners came out, the cartoon was black and white. The later ones were in color.
He is loving
the
life.
horn sounds just like the Roadrunner in the cartoons. Dave DeBoe's backing it up, getting ready to go. Plymouth Roadrunners terrors on the drag strip. And Richard Petty even drove one in NASCAR Stockers. Trying to clear the tire smoke out from inside the car. You see it rising out of the windows. Dave getting ready to go. Hammers the throttle, spins the tire. And is moving through the finish line with a 5:19.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Thank you. How many times I sit on? Do you not like corn dogs?
Not when there's other choices.
It's super hot, so just don't bite
Thank
into
you.
it right
I
away.
appreciate it. guys, it's gonna be a wrap from Hot Dogs Nights 2024. We came, we saw, we conquered. We really hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we did. I'm sorry if you can barely hear me right now. Everyone has started up their classic vehicles, are making their way out of the show as we speak. So we really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one.